The Republic of Kazakhstan is an independent democratic state that lies in the heart of Central Asia. With a population of 16 million and a territory of 2.7 million square kilometers, it's the biggest landlocked country in the world. Aside from having vast land resources, Kazakhstan can boast a stable and growing economy, which is larger than those of the other Central Asian states combined, mostly due to the country's vast resources and a recent history of political stability. Historically, the territory of modern Kazakhstan was populated by nomadic tribes of Turkic and Mongol descent who migrated into the region in the 13th century. Being pastoral nomads, ethnic Kazakhs were forced to protect their lands from neighboring tribes to provide the best possible livestock pasture, thus ennobling the figure of the warrior and the archer in the cultural hierarchy of Kazakhs. This respect for the warrior was so visceral that regardless of the fact that the nomadic way of life was in turmoil during the years of integration with the Russian Empire and the Soviet Union, it did not deeply affect the ingrained respect for the man of arms. To keep this legacy alive, the Federation of Clay Target Shooting was established in 1955 by the Chancellor of the Institute of Physical Education. One of the most experienced shooters in the country, Alexander Muhammadjanov, and his father, Hamza Muhammadjanov, are the founders of clay shooting in Kazakhstan. Hamza Muhammadjanov was the man behind the sport of clay target shooting. He is responsible for developing the sport in the country. I remember him very well because he was the dean of the Kazakh National Institute of Physical Education, which the majority of clay target shooters attended. First of all, he was a strong man, very confident and subtle. I don't think I ever heard a harsh word from him. He was a great coach. I have met Alexander Muhammadjanov on several occasions. We were on the same team representing the colors of the Kazakh Soviet Socialist Republic in the USSR championships. He was a good man. And there he is, one of the candidates for the national team. The Communist Party was in charge back then. They funded the sport. The shooting park at Shemyakina Street was opened all around that time. It had all the latest equipment. Today, however, the situation is even better. A brand new stand has been built. The president of the federation helps us out a lot. We founded this federation with one goal in mind, to revive the school of clay target shooting which existed in the Soviet Union, when the Almaty school was one of the most renowned. We founded the federation about 2 years ago. If you look at the 2010 calendar of events of the Kazakhstani Federation, the number of sporting events is no less than the number of competitions which were held during the Soviet era. Since the Federation was founded, we have received a lot of help from them. They support the youth group and even the national team. Well, by now, it's basically my life. I've been doing clay shooting for most of my life. I was introduced to the sport by my father. This year, I will be taking part in the Summer Asian Games in China, and after that, I hope to reach the Olympics, of course. I want to participate in as many competitions as possible to get the Master of Sports of the International Category Award, and of course, to compete in the Olympics. I'll do my best to go to the Olympics. The Kazakhstani national team will take part in two major competitions. The Open Championship of the Union from October 16th to the 28th on the stands of the Asanov Shooting Club here in Almaty. It is the first of its kind Grand Prix of the CIS. You may also call it our attempt to revive the championship of the USSR. It is a major event which will not only have shooters from the CIS, but also from other foreign countries. It will be a serious competition. The results will be as good as the World Championship in my mind. This year we have the Asian Games as well, which will be also a serious competition. We hope for the highest results, and presently we're going through preparations for our national team, specifically for the Asian Games. This sport has begun to develop and is rising in popularity in Kazakhstan. Presently, the number of people here is twice as many as 3 to 4 years ago. We have a lot of plans. The Federation works in a number of directions, the main one being the development of youth sport. My grandfather brought me to this sport, and I've been in it for a year and a half. Mr. Isatayev set up the Youth Academy, where we teach the basics to the kids. The sons and daughters of the members of the Federation are involved with the sport as well. Of course, the main competition is among them. I made it to the national team, which is a big step for me. I would like to continue my shooting and reach the world stage. In the future, I plan my involvement with this sport, and I hope for big achievements. My most cherished wish is the simplest one. I wish that during my involvement with the Federation, during my active years in the sport, Kazakhstan will win an Olympic medal in any category of clay target shooting.